Hello, my name is Rohan Kalyan. I am currently Assistant Professor of International and Global Studies at the University of the South, and my essay is entitled The Magicians Ghetto, Moving Slums and Everyday Life in a Postcolonial City. In this essay, I bring macro narratives of urban renewal and development into contention with micro narratives of displacement and eviction, namely on the part of slum dwellers in the city of New Delhi. I focus on one community, Kathputli Colony, in the West Delhi neighborhood of Shadley Poor in particular. Kathputli Colony is home to puppeteers, magicians, jugglers, and other performance artists who make a living by performing in and out of the city. Since 2009, however, the space has come under target for demolition and redevelopment as a part of the city government's drive to reinvent itself as a slum-free city by 2020. Now, this desire to rid Delhi of its slums is not in itself new. In fact, many of Kathputli Colony's current residents were themselves displaced by previous evictions, particularly during the emergency period of 1975 to 1977. The trauma of this time is colorfully chronicled in Salman Rushdie's Midnight's Children. Rushdie writes of the Magicians Ghetto that was originally located in the heart of Old Delhi, but was violently demolished in the midst of the emergency, its residents forced to flee from the police and bulldozers. But the community did not disappear once and for all. Soon afterwards, rumors spread of a mysterious moving slum of magicians that would materialize in one neighborhood only to magically disappear and move somewhere else as soon as the police and demolition crews arrived. In this way, the moving slum of magicians obstinately resisted the spatial violence of the emergency state. It was only after the state of emergency concluded and democratic rule restored that the moving slum finally came to rest, settling near Shadley Poor bus depot, as Rushdie writes. Here it remains today, although its days might finally be numbered. I use this episode from Midnight's Children to interpret the fate of contemporary slums in post-colonial cities like New Delhi. Slums continue to move in the sense that as soon as one community is evicted, another seemingly materializes somewhere else. Now, this is because slums constitute a necessary yet increasingly invisible part of the post-colonial city. Slums house working class and poor populations that provide the cheap labor that makes cities like New Delhi attractive sites for capital investment. Yet, paradoxically, such slums are also the supposed eyesore that haunts the intelligibility of the post-colonial city. Today, Kathputli Colony has been designated for demolition and in situ resettlement, meaning that its current residents would be moved into new formal housing within the neighborhood itself. This certainly represents an improvement over previous policies of removing slum dwellers to the outskirts of the city, far away from economic and social opportunities. Yet two problems arise from this arrangement. First, due to strict policies regarding the length of tenure for slum dwellers in Shadley Poor, only a fraction of the slum's current residents would be eligible for new housing. And second, for many that would qualify, moving from their low-rise slums to a high-rise modern tower as planned would destroy the rich fabric of community that has developed over the past several decades in Shadley Poor. As performance artists, these residents rely on the dynamic public space of the street to gain audiences and attract clients who come to the area to hire them for weddings, gala receptions, and other cultural events. Many feel that by moving into formal housing, the artists will lose access to a vibrant and fluid community space. At stake here is the statist discourse of urban renewal in contemporary Delhi that both speaks for informal residents by forcibly resettling some into formal housing while also pursuing a distinctly neoliberal agenda, namely in the form of contracting out all construction work to a private real estate company, the Renewal Group. The company was incentivized to build the low-cost housing for the displaced slum dwellers by procuring rights to build adjacent luxury condominiums and a high-end shopping mall for the city's elite. Thus, one spectacle comes to replace another, as the everyday illusions and conjurings of the puppeteers and magicians in Shadley Poor is replaced by the spectacle of Delhi's tallest skyscraper, which Renewal's luxury condominium promises to be. Yet the artists will not leave without a fight. As of now, the puppeteers and magicians remain in Shadley Poor, and the construction of the new formal housing is yet to begin. Within this urban impasse, a time image of suspended real estate development reveals contradictory narratives of being and becoming in the post-colonial city.